Alrighty, so starting next week, we are going to be getting the 2-year anniversary of the global launch of Grand Cross. So I figured we would sort of go over a prep guide kind of thing for, the new Diane that's coming out. If you haven't seen anything about her, obviously there's a new Festival Diane coming out for the 2nd year anniversary because JP and Korea already have it. So besides gear, to talk about things like that are fairly simple, very quickly, obviously a couple of things that you need just in general for powering up any red unit, because she is a brand new red Diane, is make sure that you have all of your red books in order, so that way you can just breeze through the power up process as soon as you get her. That is always kind of a big one. Other than that, maybe have your Demon's Bloods and stuff like that. Obviously you don't really need to do this anymore because of the whole Super Awakening coin token thingy that you can basically just stock up on these. So make sure you at least have one of these ready, or you have all of the materials at the very least. But yeah, other than that, there's not really anything crazy that you have to do besides maybe like making sure that you have all of your demon materials and stuff like that. I tried to make sure that I set on a decent amount of demon materials in advance, so that way when new characters come out, I don't have to farm them. I just kind of farm them throughout the week and make sure that I have enough for when a new character drops. So yeah, making sure you have these materials. I probably need to farm up a little bit more on Belmoth, but it is what it is. So yeah, getting cosmetic upgrade materials is also kind of another small one. Obviously, this isn't something that you can kind of just stock up on overnight. The only thing I can really tell you to do for that one is you can, if you have the gold coins for it, you can go to the special dungeon and do the gold coin dungeon. I used to try to run this every single week, but I've just been kind of low on coins lately, and I don't necessarily need, cosmetic upgrades at the moment. You can see I already had a pretty decent amount on me, so that is something that I'm particularly not having to worry about at the moment. But yeah, just stocking up on those, because obviously festival units, I think most festival units only end up getting one SSR cosmetic pretty much, and it's just because they get the initial SSR upgrade. Honestly, I don't think I have any character that still has an SSR piece. Well, actually, so I have these 2 pieces because you actually get this one from upgrading. I have the hair as well, so yeah, there's a couple of SSR pieces. I don't know why I'm thinking that it's all UR, but all of the extra cosmetics that you get for festival units are always UR cosmetics, so you don't have to worry about powering up too much. I particularly don't try to go out of my way to power up specific things. I just go for the first 5, but you can be picky about it if you really want to. But yeah, let's hop into gear. Obviously, gear is the big one that you're here for. I will just as a quick reminder, I will be doing live summons and everything like that for the character. So if you're not subscribed, feel free to subscribe. We're going to be messing around with the character a lot whenever she drops. I'll do live summons. It'll be cool if you're there. But anyways, so I already had this Ragnarok Diane sort of built up because I particularly like this unit. So I built a UR set for her you can see the green screen messing up. I hate that. You can see the UR set that I built for her was an attack crit damage set, which is ideal for this particular character because she is more of an offensive kind of character. So I already had this one built. It's nothing super crazy. Obviously, some of the rolls could be better, but because I already had this one, I started working on an HP defense set this week, and I think a little bit last week once she got announced. Because honestly, she's more of a tankier kind of character. You're probably going to want to have an HP base set in general, because most of the time, if you're using her for PvP, you're more than likely going to want to use HP defense, so that way you can actually get a lot more CC out of it. I think ideally, if you're wanting to get a little bit more damage out of the character, because her main card is just like Festival Gothers, where it has Pulverize on it, and that makes it to where for every ultimate move gauge she has, the move does more damage. So her attack card can deal quite a bit of damage, plus her ult actually hits insanely hard. So in that regard, I would say that ideally, if you want to push a little bit more damage, but she's, in general, she's kind of a tankier character. You want HP on her so that way she can kind of soak up damage and build up her passive. I would recommend going for an HP crit damage set. But If you're wanting to just push straight up CC for PvP, HP defense is probably going to be your best bet. And then maybe if you're using her for, you know, more PvE related stuff, like I know that people have been able to use her in the bird and in the deer. You could use, you know, you could use an attack crit damage set for her if you wanted to in that regard. I don't necessarily think it would be worth it to put an attack set on her. But if you're using it for pure PvE, I mean, you know, most of the time you don't need a whole lot of HP, like extra HP on certain characters. But, you know, I mean, the new Diane is a tank character, so you probably want to go HP regardless, you know. But depending on whether or not you want to go defense or crit damage, that is completely up to you. If you want more CC, go defense. If you want more attack out of her actual attack card, or maybe, you know, if her ult, you know, crits or whatever, then go crit damage, because, you know, it helps. Her base stats are really high. I don't have them offhand or anything like that, so I can't really tell you, but I'm pretty sure she has a pretty high crit damage, or I think crit chance and crit damage are both pretty high on the character. I'm not positive on that, but, you know, just being, if you do crit with the character, having the crit damage is gonna help quite a bit more. So I honestly think that running just HP defense is probably gonna be the most ideal from what I have seen. But like I said, if you're trying to push more damage, if you already have an extra set built for maybe your other DNs or anything like that, running, you know, if you already have the like attack crit damage like I do, you could easily just take these, you know, crit damage pieces off, throw them onto an HP set, and then you're good to go, I guess, if you just want to experiment with it. But, you know, it's all a little bit of personal preference. So that is pretty much it. There's not a whole lot else really to do. If you have anything that you specifically are looking forward to doing, or, you know, that maybe I missed, feel free to leave it, you know, comment down below to let people know, you know, do this before she comes out or whatever. I don't think that there's anybody specific that she's really being ran with. She's a pretty versatile character. People are using her with all kinds of different teams. I know the stance teams are doing pretty well with her, so you could potentially try to, you know, boost up some other stance team members, maybe, to, you know, put together a weird stance team in PvP or something like that. But she's a pretty versatile unit. She's not locked down by her passive by any means to run with a specific set of characters, so that is always, you know, a really good thing. So that is pretty much it from me. Hopefully this was at least helpful, somewhat insightful, or something along those, you know, lines, I guess. I don't know what descriptors to put with this, but yeah, like I said, if there's anything I missed, feel free to leave a comment down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Like I said, I will be doing live summons and everything like that, so stay tuned on the channel, and yeah, I'll see you guys then. So thanks for watching. See you in the next one.